All right. Now I get a chance to talk to the designer and creator of Horrified, Mike. How's your PAX going so far? I know we just opened and already the booth is
It's
packed.
been great. I mean, it's awesome. I love this show because it's casual.
Yep.
So you're getting the fans that just like want to just sit and play games. They don't have a massive agenda of all the things they have to do. They just are like here. They'll sit down. We do a lot of open gaming at the show so that you can just come and play games, and that's like really cool.
Yeah, no, one of the things I've talked about when I compared like Gen Con, which is obviously much bigger, to PAX Unplugged, is while Gen Con is a bigger spectacle, I like PAX Unplugged significantly more for that reason. It feels like you can come and sit down and actually play the games here. I mean, we spend, when we're not doing stuff like this, we spend all day popping at different tables, taking demos, sitting down, spending way too much money and playing the games here. And so, no, it's one of the things
I love this show. It's really cool. Yeah. And we've been able to make it kind of a Horrified special show. So that also goes real well for what I do because I make Horrified, but also it's just a way to, make sure the fans have a little benefit, like this year's Krampus, for instance.
Yeah, all right, so let's talk about Horrified. And can you tell me a little bit, I'm always interested in why. Why this game? Why this style of game? What is it that drove you to make Horrified?
So the essence of what we wanted to do with Horrified was make a really compelling, a cooperative game, truly cooperative all the way from the very beginning, that it's us against the monsters, not having somebody play the monsters, not being a competitive kind of thing, but really all of us working against the monsters. And in order to do that, the genius of it was that we also then created the little puzzles. And by creating the little puzzles, that means each monster feels a little different when you're playing.
Right.
So, and then over time, we've evolved it so that we can now combine games. So we can do something like a Krampus, just add a single new monster to the environment, so that we can continue to give that kind of just pure cooperative feeling. I mean, it's a true cooperative game. You're actually helping people on their turn, if you can. So it's really was a way to kind of make an immersive, cooperative game. Also, very mass market friendly, very in not so complex, not so scary, if you will, for the new player to come in and learn the game. I mean, you played it this earlier. You just so logical and so smooth. Very proud of that, and be able to carry it forward.
One of the things I love too is not just how each monster feels different, but they're also thematic, right? They feel like the monsters when you think about them. I know the first set was based on the Universal Monsters properties, and one of my favorites is actually the Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster, Bride of Frankenstein mechanic of making sure they're not getting together, right? And that's carried out throughout each of these. From a design standpoint, especially with designing a game that now is forwards and backwards compatible, do you find that a challenge making each monster not just thematic but also unique from the other monsters?
Oh, that is the challenge, really. When it's all said and done, it's like we want to take a monster, we want to give it its flavor, its unique flavor, if you will, and then also we want to make sure that that the puzzles are unique, so that you're not going, oh, this is the same puzzle as Dracula or something like that. You want it to be, oh, this is a little, and yes, so that's where the creativity comes in. We also want the puzzles to kind of reflect the monsters a little bit. So like in World of Monsters, you have the Sphinx. It's got a logic puzzle because the whole thing of the Sphinx is questions that you answer, and if you answer incorrectly, it eats you. So I mean, it's got a very story-based element. With Cthulhu, we really had a problem because half the people said, oh, it's got to be about manacling him and fighting him in his own realm, and the other people are like, no, it's about not going crazy and solving puzzle ruins. So we were like, well, wait a sec, if we have two, let's make two puzzles. And then now we've kind of expanded our ability to tell stories with the monsters because we didn't limit ourselves to, oh, we have to come up with that single magical puzzle for a monster. And that's kind of opened it up a lot. It really freed us in a kind of a creative way moving forward. And then being able to pull off something, a one-off like a Krampus or something like that allows us a lot more space to be creative in those puzzle designs.
Okay. I know you are very busy and running up on time. I have one more question,
Sure.
and then I'll get out of here. Is one of the things I like to ask designers and creators of board games is what's your stance on like house rules, right? Because you mentioned that one of the things about this game is that it's very cooperative, so there's crosstalk and stuff like that. But one of the problems we find in my house is that maybe me in particular ends up getting a little bit guilty of armchair quarterbacking in the game and taking over. So we made a house rule where you had to be in the spot or adjacent to be able to communicate with that investigator. What are your stance on house rules?
I don't have any problem. When you take it home, we want you to have the most fun you have playing our game. That means you create a rule here or do something because of the dynamic of the group. Ravensburger doesn't ship me around the country policing games. That doesn't matter. Note that when I make the game, though, I'm making it based on the core rules. So if you have something that you've been changing all these years and the game doesn't fit one-to-one, that's because I don't know your house rules.
Yeah. Our fault, not your fault.
Right, exactly. But I don't mind at all. And if it makes it better, makes it more fun, and if you enjoy it, I'm never going to stop people from enjoying playing games. Okay, so go for it. I have no problem with that. The other thing is that one of the cool things I really like about Horrified, and we've done it in a couple of other games, is give the impetus to the player whose turn it is, to basically be able to say, I choose the monster should go after you because it's equal distance.
Right.
Who do I get to pick? And that's just an easier way we look at it and say, kind of giving the impetus back to that singular player. But if you need to add one more element to it, who am I to say no?
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time.
No problem.
Have a good rest of the convention.
All right, take care.
Wait, don't go. Hold on. Ooh, all right, sorry. Hey, if you like what you just saw, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on how to plays, live plays, reviews, and unboxings, and all the tabletop goodness we've got coming up. All right, now you can go.